Hey beautiful beaders, it's Gina from orchidandopal.com, and today I'm back with a Bead Box Bargains haul. So Bead Box Bargains is the sister site of one of the most popular subscriptions I share here, which is the Bargain Bead Box. And Bead Box Bargains is a closeout bead and jewelry making supply store. They have very limited quantities of what they do have, and their stock changes regularly, so it's a great one to check out on a regular basis to see what they have. Every month they also provide a coupon code with the Bargain Bead Box subscription, and most of the time that coupon is 30% off, so you can really get some great deals. And if you're new to my channel, one of the things I regularly do is come back every month and share with you some of the products that I've been able to find on their site. Those of you who have been around a while may notice that my package is a little bit bigger than normal. It doesn't fit into the screen at all, so I have quite a bit more to share with you guys today, and I look forward to that. So let me break open this bubble mailer and we will take a look at what's inside. Alright, so everything is wrapped up really well. I've got actually 2 packages here bubble wrapped. We'll go through everything in just a second. And then there is, of course, the packing list. There's more than one page here, guys. The price before the discount was around $70, and then the shipping in the US was $3.75 for that whole big package, so it didn't seem to matter that I got even more this time. And then the total for this order came to about $52 with the shipping, which is pretty great considering that according to my information I did get 52 items. So I'm going to open up this first bubble wrap package and we'll go through everything one by one. I know I got a mix of gemstone beads, I got some findings, and also some crystal beads. One quick thing I want to mention is that some of these items may already be out of stock, even though I just placed my order a few days ago, but that's why I said it's a great site to check often because they do sell out rather quickly, but they're always getting in new things. So first I'll share with you some of the gemstone beads, and I won't go through all the prices, but you know that since I had gotten 52 different items and I spent around $52, that means everything is on average about $1 each. Of course the gemstone beads were a little bit more than say the Chinese crystal beads that I purchased, but it should give you a good idea on average per item what everything was after that discount. So here's a look at the first gemstone strands. These are Autumn Jasper, and as you can see, I did pick up 3 different sizes. I got the 6mm, the 8mm, and the 10mm sizes. I love getting gemstone beads from Bead Box Bargains because they have such great deals on their strands. So this Autumn Jasper is pretty earthy. You can see a lot of tones of green, some of the pinkish or coral tones, that mossy greenish gray, tan, and some white. And I like the fact that they had 3 different size strands, so if I wanted to use these in something where I was graduating the sizes, it's great to have. Next up, I picked up this little 6mm strand of rhodonite. I love this color combination. You can see that mauvey, pinky, purple mixed with the brown and black, a little bit of white, and even some little mossy green in there as well, and some gray and tan. There's a little bit of a mustard color. Of course, all the beads are just a little bit different, but I love how they come together and make up the strand of rhodonite. And you can see the beads are all in great shape. They are round, they are smooth. The holes on them are drilled smoothly too. They're not jagged or rough. I've been getting items from Bead Box Bargains for well over a year now, almost 2 years now. I've been so pleased with my purchases, especially for the cost. Here is a strand of tiger's eye beads. These are 6mm also, and I didn't have any 6mm. Tiger's eye is so interesting. You can see the light play. I think it's called chatoyancy when the beads have that certain effect. You can see in the centers, the stripes kind of dance around a little bit. Tiger's eye, very earthy colors, lots of brown and black. This strand seems to have some brighter tones of mustard and orangey yellow. Everything in great shape in this one too. Then I picked up another strand of these polished agate round beads. These are the ones we actually just recently got in the November Bargain Bead Box subscription, and I really like the combination. They are mostly black, but then as you can see, some of the beads included are more brown. Some of them have some of these little white stripes. Some are a little bit more clear. So it's a great, very neutral combination, and I definitely wanted to snag up another strand of those while I had the chance. Next up for gemstones, I did pick up another strand of rose quartz. These are 8mm in size. And by the way, all of these strands are quite long too. These are 15 or 15.5 inch strands. So very generous quantities of beads that you're getting for the cost. I've picked up rose quartz quite a bit from Bead Box Bargains, but it's one of those beads I really love to use. I love that light pastel pink color. And I find that a lot of other people do too. So it's usually a crowd pleaser when I incorporate it in jewelry. They're all very uniform, very glossy, and again, great quality. Next up, I picked up this bag. This contains a 36-inch strand of olive serpentine chip beads. Look at that vibrant yellowish green and a very long strand. So over twice as long as these other strands here below. Of course, they're chips, so chips tend to be cheaper anyway. But you get so many on this strand. I'm really impressed. It's a very juicy green color and should be fun to work with. Next up I have these two strands. Now these aren't technically gemstones, they are glass. They're opal light, or what's called sea opal, and I have different sizes here. These strands are 12 inches long, and for some reason I picked up two of the 8mm size. I'm not sure why, but that's alright, I'll use them. And then I picked up one strand of the smaller 6mm that you can see here. They are kind of a milky white that is pretty translucent. They have kind of a bluish cast to them, which gives it that opal-like appearance. And these round beads in a color option like this are always so versatile and will be easy to incorporate into pieces. So that does it for all the strands that came in that first package. And then next I picked up, let's see, 4 bags of these iridescent glass leaves. So first of all, let's take out this package of blue. These are called Blue Iris, and how beautiful are those? They are just electric. They have that iris and blue coating on one side, and then you flip it over and it's just a little bit more clear, and you have the backing that kind of shines through there. Those are so vibrant. Next up, I have this bag, which they're calling Green Iris. You can see it's very similar to the blue, but these have more of the green, still have some of the magenta and gold and blue shining through. And I love how they're just a little bit different the way the coating is applied on one part of the bead. And then you can see the other side is more clear. Next up we have this bag, and this is the Clear AB. So like the name says, no extra color pigmentation in the glass or coating or anything, just that strict AB beautiful iridescent finish that does give a almost rainbow effect to that side of the leaves. Love how it brings out the veins in the leaves too. It really shows off the details in the glass. And then there's a look at the other side where there isn't a coating, yet it still shines through and glows through those beads. Those are beautiful. And the final bag of those leaves is this one. This is called Vitriol 2 Times. And these are completely coated, so these are definitely more opaque. They are coated on both sides. They not only had the one side like the other beads had, but they went through another round that really coated them good. So I'm seeing beautiful shades of teal, magenta, gold, some copper. That one's got a lot of beautiful deep blue. Such an interesting coating effect. So that's it for the glass and gemstone beads from that package. I also have this little baggie which contains some spacer beads. These have some weight to them. That bag says it contained 10 pieces of 8.5 by 8mm lantern beads in antique silver. They are hefty little beads, larger spacers than you normally see. Love that kind of organic swirly shape they have. They're pretty chunky. The holes that they have are your typical smaller hole. They're not oversized holes that you'd use with cords or anything. So not terribly exciting, but one of those items that's great to have in your stash to mix in with some other more exciting beads. And here's another bag of spacers. This time these are in an antique brass. They are little tiny flowers. There's 30 pieces in this bag. Pretty sure I've gotten this variety before. I love how small and dainty they are, and great to be able to continually replenish the stock of findings for not a lot of money. And then here are the next 2 bags. Speaking of findings, I won't take these out, but as you can see, there is a brighter rose gold variety of jump rings. Get quite a few in this bag. It says there's 10 grams and they're 19 gauge. The size is 8mm on these. And then my next bag here, which contains 10 grams of 4mm steel jump rings in the 21 or smaller gauge size than these in an antique copper finish. So that is everything that came in that first bubble wrap package. Really pleased with everything they sent. And now I'm going to clean this up and we'll look at bubble wrap package number 2. All right, here's package number 2. And in this one is where you're probably going to see the Chinese crystal that I bought. So they actually seem to have a huge selection of some of the metallic Chinese crystal and some with different finishes. And they're so inexpensive. Sometimes it's nice when I'm experimenting with different bead sizes and designs to use something like Chinese crystal that is less expensive and then move on to playing with some of the more expensive beads. And some of these colors and finishes were just plain fun looking. So let me pop these out and we'll probably end up taking a look at multiple colors together just for the interest of time. Alright, everything you're about to see from here on out is going to be very, very sparkly, so you've been warned. The first 2 Bicone strands here are absolutely gorgeous. I feel like the coatings on these Chinese crystal keep getting better and better. They really are improving from where they used to be, in my opinion. These both are strands with 100 pieces on them. All of the Bicones that you're going to see are 4mm in size, so a pretty common, standard, easy to work with size. The blue ones here are called Blue Shimmer. They're absolutely beautiful. The other strand here next to that is called Magma AB 2 times. And man, that AB 2 times, so shiny. I love the look of that. You can see a little bit of pink coming through with the orange, which I really love that combination. I'm not a huge orange person, like I'm not drawn to it right away, but I really love when it's combined with the pink like that. And that blue almost has kind of a wet look to it. I'm really impressed with these 2 strands. Next up I have 3 more very metallic strands. Again, so sparkly. I have the metallic blue iris here on the top. Very deep kind of cerulean blue, has a little bit of purple kind of coming through as well due to the iris finish. And then next to that I have the metallic purple iris. I'm seeing a little bit of gold and just a little bit of silver, even a little bit of blue shining through on the metallic purple. And then next to those are the metallic black. So this is more of like a gunmetal type of color. Kind of looks like a really dark graphite or dark gray. Next up are 3 more metallics. You can see here on the top I have the metallic gold, then we have the metallic silver, and then at the bottom here is a metallic bronze. Also super shiny, so sparkly and fun to look at. I'm just moving them around so you can see just how sparkly these all are. I think these metallics would look great in combination with each other in addition to using them separate. Lots of beautiful sparkly options down there. And then to wrap up the bicones, I got 4 different bags of these two-tones. I love the two-tone bicones. These are so gorgeous. So this one right here is called Blue Jade with half Peacock. It's got the milky grayish blue base, but then on half the bead you can see that shiny peacock finish. It's got a lot of purple and blue and gold, and the whole thing is very shiny. And then next to that here on the bottom is the Blue Jade with half iris. So a little bit more subtle, a little bit more toned down, still has that same milky grayish blue base, but the metallic is more tone on tone, seeing some greenish gray and a little bit more subtle pink and purple and blue on the iris portions. Really impressed with these coatings. And as you know, the Chinese crystal is much, much cheaper than, say, getting Swarovski, and you do get what you pay for, but I'm really impressed with how some of these seem to be really stepped up a notch from what they used to be. And then here are the final 2 shades. So at the top here I have this one that's called Champagne White Jade. It is a milky cream colored base combined with a camel color as well. And then this one is called Half Metallic Peach Jade. So you can see that peachy, light orange, kind of some gold shimmer on it, and the milky cream jade on the base. Also very, very sparkly, have a very glossy finish. So I can safely say I highly recommend these Chinese crystal bicones if you're looking for some super sparkly beads to play with. Alright, next, these are all Rondell strands. They are all 17.5 inches long, and they are the 6x4mm size. They have all different sizes on the Bead Box Bargains website, and these are all extremely metallic and sparkly. Just beautiful. I think my favorite one out of the bunch has to be this one on the end. It's called Green Metallic, and it's a beautiful combination of greenish blue. I think it's got some gold on it, but when it's mixed with the blue, it gives it a green look. We have the blue metallic here, which is gorgeous as well. Has a little bit of a purplish cast when you get down closer to the holes. We have the purple metallic, another beautiful rich royal plum. Then there is black metallic, looks like a very dark gray. Then there's gold metallic, silver metallic, and then we have copper metallic. So lots more sparkle here to add to the bead map. Next up, I picked up some half and half colors. First of all, we have the Crystal Shadow Half Copper, which is these. You can see that half of the beads are clear and then half of them have the metallic copper. Then we have this bag. This is the Crystal Half Silver, so just like the other ones except for the metallic coating on half of these beads is silver. There's 48 pieces, by the way, in each of these little bags. Then I picked up a bag of Cherry Red Half Shimmer. So you can see that beautiful, vibrant, bright red that is the base of these beads, and then on part of them, there's that gorgeous shimmer coating, which makes them so much more sparkly than they were. Then I have this bag which contains what's called Smoked Half Copper. So they're kind of a grayish clear bead in the background, then they have the partial metallic copper coating. And finally for these bags, this is the last one of that variety, and this is called Jade Half Bronze. And these are opaque in the background, kind of a light, like a very light gray, and the metallic finish on part of these beads is that very shiny bronze. Next I have the varieties that I picked up in the 4x3mm size. So very similar to the coatings that we already saw, we have the metallic gold on the end. Here is the metallic black, that very dark gray. There is metallic silver, the copper, the metallic purple, the metallic blue, and then 2 strands of the metallic green iris. I just love that color combination. It's so pretty. So these rondelles were just slightly smaller than the ones that we just saw. Then the only item I picked up in this size, which I'm not seeing jumping out at me on my packing slip, but it looks to be like a 3x2mm size, is another strand of this very sparkly medium silver. And I missed a bag of metallic bicones earlier when I was showing you the others. So this looks to be the strand of copper, 4mm metallic bicones. And finally, there was one bag of findings in this particular package, and this contains 3 pieces of 32x15mm leaf charms in an antique bronze. I love picking up things like this that could be focals or pendants. Here's a look at the back, so just a little bit different than what the front looks like. We have a little mini leaf here on top of the larger leaf, and they do have the appearance of movement. You can see they are dimensional. They're not just flat. And finally, like they always do, they include a free gift with purchase, so they included some of these additional charms that we had received in the November subscription box. Here is a look at their card so you can see their website and what they're all about here. Once again, it's just one of those fun sites to check out periodically to pick up a bargain, especially if you're already getting that subscription. You get that really great 30% off discount code, which you can apply to a lot of the items that you pick up. And especially if you're a newer beader and you want to bulk up the stash of some of your gemstone beads as well, not just the cheaper glass strands, but you can find all kinds of gemstone beads, different shapes of glass beads that will pop up on their site from time to time. You just never know what you're going to find. Also a great place to get chain. So I hope you guys enjoyed seeing this larger haul from Bead Box Bargains this month. Like I said, some of the things may be out of stock already, and they likely have some other newer things in stock now. So feel free to leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you like shopping at beadboxbargains.com or anything else you'd like to say. Always fun to have you guys with me to share in the unboxings and hauls like this. I will be back with much more, including more tutorials and more finished jewelry updates, so stay tuned for that. And until next time, I hope you guys have a fabulous rest of your day. And as always, happy beading. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. For more content like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified of my latest videos. You can check out the information section below this video for links to all my social media handles, recommended products, and my shop and blog at orchidandopal.com. Thanks for watching.